obviously played on with many coaches, different skill levels of teams, and you've been at different points at this point in the year.
No doubt.
I mean, last year I think it was like you guys were emphasizing like some close losses, right, and then looking back at that and making sure that those things. What's the process of emphasizing versus overemphasizing, and how do you focus on the turnovers without just obsessing over them? What's that balance?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it is a unique balance within that, because if you overemphasize turnovers or any area of the game, you kind of overthink as a player when you're out there. I can't turn the ball over. I can't turn the ball over. I have to go rebound. If I don't, I'm coming out. So I think it's just about trusting the coaches and them trusting us, and then working on it in practice, show improvement as a team. And I think that emphasis will help us like not overemphasize it, but do the right amount of it, and basically have better improvement going forward.
How much responsibility do the guards feel on the defensive rebounding?
Oh, it's a priority for us. Me, Trey, Roddy, as far as starters, and then when Ruben comes in, and LJ and Pip, even Fat when he gets time, it's an emphasis for us to come in and clean up the rebounds as the bigs box out. Usually, taking out the best rebounders and us coming flying in. I think us having 5 on the glass at all times, and we don't have anybody under 6'2", so it's a benefit for us to come in as guards and get those rebounds as the bigs box out the best rebounders.
Nimari, Will was mentioning that the staff is a lot more analytical or analytic focused. As someone who's been in a lot of spots, I guess what's been your perspective on that?
They're very, like Will said, they're very analytical, they're very hands-on, and I think it's a benefit for us to come in each and every day in practice and everybody be locked in onto what we want to do and what we want to improve on and how good of a team we want to be. I think it's a bonus for us to come in and the coaches, want to watch film with us, want to get shots with us on the floor. It's just a bonus, and it's great to be a part of.
Is it like against the rules to take a long two sort of thing?
Sort of, unless it's a late shot clock situation, which I think y'all saw me do it. I got one. I was like, definitely shot clock situation. I got to take advantage of it. But no, we emphasize getting the best shot possible, and a lot of times that's a catch and shoot 3, a rhythm 3, in transition. Sometimes you feel in it and you take it off the dribble 3, but also layups and dunks. I mean, Vlad gets a ton of them. We get a lot of cutting layups, a lot of dribble penetration layups, and oftentimes those are the best shots in our offense.
You've been taking some deeper threes this year too, it seems like, and making them. I mean, I guess if you're farther away, you can be more open, right?
No
Because it's
doubt.
a farther shot. Is that the idea, just spacing and all that?
Yeah, no, that's definitely an idea, spacing, and then also like just the confidence that Dusty and the coaching staff, puts into us as we work on those, shots all the time. I remember one of the first things that he said to me coming in, he was like, if you come back, I want to expand your range. I want you to, shoot deeper shots, and obviously we'll work on that and improve that. And I feel like we definitely have done that throughout the summertime and the fall and leading up to games now.
Nimari, with you, I know you were probably asked to do a lot last season, probably more than you probably should have. I guess this year maybe not doing as much. Do you feel like this is being a case of where less is more for you? You're being asked to not do as much, but you're being more productive?
No doubt. I think, and then it's also a tribute to my maturity and, furthering my game and finding the areas where I best suit the team, whether it's, cutting, rebounding, defending, knocking down shots. So we all have a role in this team, and we all want to be the best at it as we can. And I think I've, tried to do that, and as I will continue to try to do that.
How important is, I was asking you before about this self-improvement week, how important is a stretch like this? I mean, you guys are not going to have this many days, again, the rest of the year to lock in and think about these things.
No, this stretch is like very, very important for us. Very important for us individually to kind of like, put together rest, but also putting in the work on ourselves individually. Working on our games, working on our mental. Mental is one of the biggest components of all of this. As you guys know, a lot can change within a year. So I think this time we want to use it as best as we possibly can, get together as a team on and off the court, and find ways to just continue to improve.
Any new off the court stories?
Not anything
Embarrassing
like,
teammates.
not anything crazy. What I will say is I've been trying to get Will, Ian, and some of the managers to watch Game of Thrones. They never watched it before, so I'm definitely going to try to get them to watch that either today or tomorrow. And I've watched it twice, 8 seasons through. Really like 7.5 because you know the 8th season is kind of crazy, but been trying to get them into that.
Were you a fan of the ending? That's very common. Not a lot of people like the ending of that series.
Yeah, I think nobody's a fan of the ending, but I do like how, you know, just Game of Thrones and then House of Dragon, all of that together is very interesting. And even though the ending wasn't great, I still think it's one of the best shows of all time.
I would agree. And where I know Arkansas was another game where you guys kind of built a double-digit lead. Same thing with like Wake Forest and Iowa. I guess just what do you guys need to do to kind of keep the foot on the gas and keep your foot on their throat and not let them come back?
I feel like we just need to emphasize, especially when we have those timeouts, media timeouts or timeouts to kind of stop their run. And I think we were up like 9-10 during that time anyway. What got us to that point? And I think a large part of it, in the game speaking, I think all of us kind of had a word in it. Defensively, we kind of let our foot off the gas. Offensively, we can kind of get what we want, but when the defense, if they start making shots, making tough shots, or our defensive intensity lacks, we can't let that translate into our offense. And so I think those two go hand in hand, and it like limits some of those turnovers. And some of the turnovers can lead into, you know, giving them transition buckets. So I think defensively having an emphasis of let's get a stop every single time. If they make a tough shot, okay, let's get something good on offense and then come back on defense and do an even better job of stopping them from scoring.
You kind of mentioned the importance of this week just in terms of, I guess, like focusing on your guys' selves, but having a gap like this off a close loss, having that fester, is that a good thing? I guess, is that something that can be a good
Yeah.
for you guys?
No, it's all about perspective, and it's all about how we can take the things that we need to grow at and put it to good use, whether it's through film or on the court reps. And I think we have a mature group to not let it fester negatively and let us, you know, take positive, you know, a positive route from it. So I think everybody's invested into this time off as far as games and getting in the gym and improving in the areas that we need to.
You said Juwan was, and I was. Did you talk to him at all?
No, I wanted to talk to him after the game, just see how he's doing, catch up with him. I know he's doing good, obviously, but being in Brooklyn and stuff. But I saw him during the game. I was like, let me stay focused. Let me talk to him after the game. But it was definitely good to see him and Howard Isley as well.
Yeah.
It's just going back to you. Do you feel like you're playing maybe some of the best basketball you have in your career so far?
No doubt. I definitely feel like I've been efficient. I've been shooting the ball well, and you know, plan to continue that. Just got a good workout in. Just staying consistent with my reps and my approach every single day, and you know, being the best version of myself that I possibly can to this team. Defensively and offensively, I still think I can improve in certain areas. Like everybody can, we're not perfect, but plan to continue to grow and watch, you know, this season grow into us being a really, really good team.
I guess what is it about Coach May's system that maybe brings out more in you, I guess the best in you? What about it?
Just the free-flowing offense, the emphasizing of, you know, cutting and being in the right areas, you know, reading the personnel that we have. I think we have a really good personnel that, you know, fits my game really well, and they play off me as, you know, really well as well. So the spacing, the pace, and then the defensive emphasis that we, you know, talk about and execute every single day in practice, I think it fits me really well.
And I know you're on the floor a lot with Danny and Vlad. I guess just what's it like watching that 4 and 5 pick and roll in action?
Man, it's beautiful, man. I remember after the Wisconsin game, I was like, when we came in, you know, we were celebrating a good win. I'm like, man, let's talk about how great that pick and roll is. It's very tough to stop. And, you know, as that continues to happen and teams continue to game plan for it, I think it'll put us guards in good positions as well. Mm-hmm. And then they'll have to react to us again. And then the 4-5 pick and roll works beautiful again. So I think it's just a good balance with all of us on the floor, and we all, you know, have an impact within that.
And that's obviously something you don't see in college basketball at all. I guess what went through your mind the first time you maybe saw that executed in practice?
Oh man, I remember in the summer I was like, this can really, really be special. with Danny, and his court vision, his handle, and his shooting ability, you have to kind of go over that ball screen because if you go under, he's just going to pop back and shoot his jump shot. So, and then Vlad's a great screener, a great roller, and he's prowess inside. So you have to respect both, and if you respect one versus the other, that is kind of where you lose that.
Big closing.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?